Hi everyone, my name is Melissa Johari and I'm a registered social worker here in Toronto. It is early August 2020. This is the fourth video of my relationship series, and in this video I'm going to talk about the 5 love languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. So as a couples counselor specializing in premarital counseling, I love talking about relationship resources and tools. So in the previous weeks in this relationship series of videos, I spoke about communication, conflict resolution, and keeping the intimacy alive. So please feel free to check out those videos if you haven't done so already. And in the upcoming weeks, I'll also be covering boundaries, adult attachment, how to manage inevitable struggles that come up in a relationship, and personality differences. So today I will be talking about love languages. So in Gary Chapman's book, The 5 Love Languages, he writes about words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So you can take the love languages test on Dr. Chapman's website to find out what your primary and secondary love languages are, and I'll include the link below. I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Chapman last year. He came to do a talk at Tyndale University, and I was one of the volunteers at the event. And he is such a kind soul. It was so nice to meet him. He even signed my book, and so that was really special. And so I was grateful to be able to learn from him for the entire day. So it was nice. He was able to talk about all his different books and kind of go through the course of a relationship from beginning to end, and life stages throughout. So he talked about all his different books, but in this vlog I'm going to be referring to this book in particular, The 5 Love Languages. So it's helpful to know not only what your primary love language is, but also that of your partner, so that you can express love in a way that actually feels heard and meaningful for them, and it fills up their love tank. So in his book, Dr. Chapman talks about the love tank. So when the love tank is very low, then you're not feeling very loved, and you're feeling like insecure in the relationship, feeling empty, lost, alone. But when your partner speaks your love language, then it fills up your love tank. So then you feel more secure in the love, you feel comfortable in the love, you feel happy and content in that relationship. So to be able to express love in a way that's meaningful for them is helpful for their love tank to be filled up. So in this vlog, I'll go through each love language. So the first one is words of affirmation. So this means giving your partner compliments or words of appreciation, and they can be encouraging words, kind words, gentle words. The words can be verbal or in writing, and even indirect words where you say positive things about your partner, but to other people, whether it be their friends or family or whatever. For those whose primary love language is words of affirmation, words are extremely important. So this also means that negative words to them are extra hurtful. And so being distracted or interrupting when they are trying to talk, or being critical, saying negative things towards them is all the more impactful. So try giving your partner, if your partner's love language is words of affirmation, try giving them a compliment every day at least. Dr. Chapman said something about giving a compliment a day to keep the therapist away, just like with an apple, eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away. So it's kind of a similar idea. So some examples of compliments from Dr. Chapman's book are You look really sharp in that suit. Do you ever look hot in that dress? I really like how you're always on time to pick me up from work. Thanks for getting the babysitter lined up tonight. I want you to know that I don't take that for granted. I love how you're so responsible. I feel like I can count on you. So having those reassurances and compliments and affirmations really help to be able to fill that person's love tank. So the second love language is quality time. So this is my primary love language. So I really appreciate time together with loved ones, and that's been extra hard during this time of COVID, where we're all supposed to be physically distanced and isolated, and so it's hard, but like it's been helpful to have the use of video technology. That's definitely made it easier. So easier to still be social, but practice physical distancing. So that's been helpful to still maintain this sense of quality time with loved ones. And also physically distanced visits, those driveway visits or backyard visits 6 feet away, is also really, really helpful to be able to still have this quality time together with loved ones, even during COVID. So for couples, quality time entails spending intentional, focused time on your partner. So you can refer to my video on communication to practice and exercise on active listening. So in that video, I give some outlines in terms of how to focus on your partner, what active listening is. So when it comes to this love language of quality time, it's not just, passively watching TV together. It is being focused on your partner, intentional, and having good quality conversations with that person. So you can take a look at that vlog on communication and active listening that I did a few weeks ago, and that'll give you more details on that. So it really is being tuned in and attentive without distractions or interruptions. So some examples from Dr. Chapman's book are going away for the weekend together, meeting up for lunch, just the two of you, getting a babysitter and going out for dinner, sitting and talking together at the end of the day, going on a picnic as a family, taking vacation together at least once a year, going for walks together, taking up a hobby together, gardening together, shopping together, going to a concert together, inviting another couple over for dinner, going for a bike ride together, or working out together. My son just woke up, so he's going to be interrupting us. The third love language is receiving gifts. So gifts are a visual symbol of love, and it shows that the person thought of you and remembered you when they picked it out and shared it with you. So gifts can be anything at all. It can be an expensive wedding band as a symbol of your love for the other person and sharing that with the other person on your wedding day, and that's symbolic for you and meaningful for you, and you wear it all the time. Or it can be something as simple as a flower that your child picked for you from the garden. So it doesn't necessarily have to cost anything. It can even be something that you've made yourself. And that's also meaningful because you put that thought and time into that. So I think one of my son's love languages is gifts, because he really does love presents. He just heard me say presents and he just said, "Did you say presents?" So yeah, gift giving, it does start from young, doesn't it? So little kids, I know my son, he loves to pick dandelions and give them to me, and he's giving me something. He's giving me something that is meaningful to him, of saying, "Here, I gave this to you. I found this for you. I thought of you when I picked it, and I love you." So it's a symbol of his love. This is for you. I thought of you. I love you. So this is for me, he's saying. Sometimes it's also the gift of just being present. So as Dr. Gottman writes, physical presence in the time of crisis is the most powerful gift you can give if your spouse's primary love language is receiving gifts. So your body then, your physical body, becomes the symbol of your love. So that's from page 81 of his book. Some other examples of gifts are giving your partner a box of candy, delivering flowers. If you're going for a walk and you find a stone or a feather and you think of the person, picking it up and then giving it to them. Handcrafted painting that you might have painted for them. A book that you know that they've been meaning to... Okay, just a second. That they've been meaning to read or has an interest in. And giving to his or her favorite charity on his or her birthday. Okay, take 2, we're back. So the next, the fourth love language is acts of service. So these are things that make you feel loved when your partner does them for you. So things that are maybe helpful to you, or things that you know that you need to do, and your partner is helping you with them. Or if you have a big project or something like that and your partner is offering to help you with it, anything like that. And it does, oftentimes it does have to do with chores around the house and things like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Like, it could even be just doing something kind, like a kind gesture for the other person, that is appreciated. So for example, preparing coffee or preparing breakfast for the person, just the way that you know that they like it. So that's an act of service. So if this is your partner's love language, then listen for requests for acts of service. So as Dr. Chapman puts it, why not decide to see nag as a tag? So that's from page 105. So if your partner is kind of nagging or making those requests, then that's something that is important to your partner. And so being able to listen for those requests and then show your love to them by gladly following through on that request. So turning nagging into a tagging. So tagging that as a request. So some examples of acts of service are doing the dishes, vacuuming, weeding the garden, organizing the office, preparing coffee just how he or she likes it, taking the car in for service, preparing dinner, doing the laundry, helping with a project, or helping them with an item on their to-do list. So those are some examples. And then the last love language is physical touch. So this is my secondary love language. So aside from quality time, physical touch is really important to me. And this is one that was harder to meet the need of during COVID time. You can send virtual hugs all you want, but it's just not the same. And hugging a loved one to the point of feeling your muscles relax and breathing that sigh of relief is so powerful. So your body is then releasing those cuddle hormones, oxytocin, that makes you feel safe and secure. So in Dr. Chapman's words, your emotional love tank is then full. So physical touch is not just hugs, not just sex. It can also include holding hands, massage, kissing, foreplay without any intention of intercourse, giant hugs, a touch on the shoulder, a playful pat on the bottom, playing footsies under the table, putting your arm around your partner to show that you love them while you're just watching a show. So after going through the process of figuring out each other's love language, it doesn't mean only focus on that and ignore the rest. So if you know that your partner's love language is that physical touch, then just giving them a hug and a kiss every day, and then in the next breath being verbally critical towards them, and not recognizing or appreciating them verbally, that doesn't add up, right? One kind of negates the other in that way. So even if the other person's love language even if you are demonstrating love through that person's primary love language, it doesn't mean ignore the other ones, ignore the other love languages. So paying attention to all the love languages, I feel is helpful and important. But obviously paying extra attention to that primary love language of your partner is even more appreciated and fills their love tank even faster and more effectively. But my only caveat whenever I talk about love languages with my couples is just don't ignore the other love languages completely. Still incorporate them here and there, to have that sense of balance and variety as well. So for example, if your partner's love language is quality time, it doesn't mean only focus on that and ignore the rest. It's still nice to have a compliment, give a gift, hold hands, do something helpful for them. So all those things still speak the language of love, maybe just not as effectively as the primary language does. So use your discretion in terms of what your partner needs at that particular point in time, and being in tune with them, being in tune with what they need at that moment in time. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if there are any other relationship videos that might be useful to you. And thank you for watching. If you have any other requests for videos, just email me directly. My email can be found on my website. Feel free to like, follow, subscribe, share, depending on what platform you're seeing this on. And just be aware of confidentiality risks, given that this is a public platform. So God bless and be well. Take care. And acts of service. Are you gonna help me talk about love languages? What language is that?